Again, today we are going to do a demonstration on a Sino truck Howa. So the first thing you want to do is you open your Jaltest software and you select trucks. You look for Sino truck, select Howa and select the TX dump. And you want to select engine. Most Sino trucks come with a EDC7 from Bosch. Select that. You select your connector type. This will give you the connector location. It's a 16-pin connector. And you select connect. If you go and read fault codes, you would see the fault codes. This I sign tells you when the fault occurred. Date last occurred, 2017 is 6th. And this sign will tell you, or this question mark sign will tell you more information about the components related to the fault. And the components related to the fault are the accelerator pedal and the accelerator pedal position. So right here alone, this fault code 237 that says sensor 1 accelerator pedal position has to deal with the components of the accelerator pedal or the sensor accelerator pedal position. If you go a little further, this sign here is a wiring diagram sign. All right. And you would see the ECU, and you would see all the components of the ECU. And if you zone in here, you would see the accelerator pedal position sensor. All right. And there are 3 wires going to and from the ECU to the accelerator pedal. And there's another 3. Actually, there are 6 wires. So the issue here could very well be the accelerator pedal position sensor itself, or the wires going to and from the ECU or the ECU. All right. So what you could do to troubleshoot this issue, you check the wiring first with your multimeter. You check for continuity from terminal 77 to the sensor itself, terminal 79, terminal 78. So you're checking for continuity between the sensor and these wires here to ensure that the wires are good. If the wires are good, then it could be the sensor itself. All right. So you can replace the sensor or with a good known one to check to see if it's the sensor. If after you've replaced the wires and the sensor and you're still experiencing the same issue, then the only thing left is the actual ECU that you may need to look at. All right. So going back to the main menu. All right. Now, the same thing. If you have an injector issue, you will have the date it last occurred, and the question mark will tell you, give you more information about the issue. Injector 1 solenoid valve. Again, you have the wiring diagram, and this is the injector here. Same principle, ECU, wiring, and the injector. Any one of them malfunctioning, you could get this fault code. So the first thing, as usual, we check the wiring harness to ensure that the wires are good. Then, if the wires are good, you proceed to check the solenoid valve or the injector itself by replacing it with a good known one. And if that doesn't work, then the last thing is really the ECU. So as we go back to the main menu now, you have fault code clearance. All right. System data parameters. You could interfere with the idle speed and so on of the truck. All right. You have a form to fill out here. All right. Measurements, system display. And this diagram will give you a flow chart or a flow diagram showing you how diesel is transported from the tank through the filter, through the pump, and to the rail. If you have any malfunctions in the system, in the diesel system, you should be able to pick it up from here. All right. Of course, you have your old your classic measurements. All right, which is in digital form, and of course, you have your tachograph measurements. All right. Actuation components. You could turn on air condition, compressor, and so on. Low fuel pressure warning alarm, things like that. System checks. You could do cylinder cutout. Well, system checks is similar to actuation tests, cylinder cutout, compression tests, and things like that. Idle speed, and you could do these tests. All right. So I hope this brief demonstration of the Sino truck, TX dump truck, was helpful. And until our next video, we'll see you again.